Hello, I am Niaz Mohammed here with environmental microbiology and public health. As we were talking in our previous talk, treatment of the drinking water. Water is present on surface of the earth, surface of the globe, and various type of microorganisms are becoming a part of the water body. If this water is used without treatment, it can cause various type of disease in consumers. Therefore, the world and the scientists who are treating the water, they designed the treatment of the drinking water before consumption or before supply to its citizens. And we talked various steps in detail. When this water is provided for the domestic use, for the domestic purpose, it is pure, it is clear, it have no microorganisms or less microorganisms. It is taste is okay, it is odor is okay, it is color is okay and acceptable. Whenever this water is used inside of the homes by people, that it is considered, when this is used inside of the home, it again it contaminates during hand washing, during bathing, during washing clothes, during washing pots, during washing floors and other things. Due to this activity, what we are doing actually, we are adding various type of organic and inorganic compounds in that water, as well as we are adding some xenobiotic human-made compounds over there. So the color, taste, and odor of this water becomes not acceptable, and that is called sewage water. So in developed countries, it is the responsibility of the municipal corporation or state that the water which is coming out from any community must be treated before it is going to live in environment, or it is going to be reused, or it is going to disposed of in oceans and rivers. If sewage water is disposed of in environment without any treatment, it contains various type of pollutants as well as various pathogens and numerous microorganisms. If this sewage water will contaminate the drinking water, and it is 100% chance that various type of pathogens will become a part of the drinking water, and that will cause a serious health effect on the users and consumers of that society. So avoid to this problem, to keep environment our clean, to keep water bodies safe from the pathogens, as to keep water bodies safe from pollutants. It is very important that whatever sewage water is there, it must be treated. So in this topic, in this lecture, we will talk about this thing. So sewage water treatment. As some steps we have talked in our previous class also, that we must have to remove the suspended and solid materials from the sewage water by screening, and organic material we have to remove and we have to reduce it by decomposition of organic material by microorganisms, and lastly we have to give any chemical treatment to make it free from the microorganisms. So sewage water treatment basically uh, it performed in three steps. In first step, it is physical treatment, just removal of unsoluble, solid, and suspended materials from wastewater. And second step is considered biological treatment, removal of organic material by decomposition of organic material through microorganisms. And the third step is removal of microorganism by chemical treatment, and then we can dispose it into environment. Let me see over here. So this is a complicated diagram which must be concentrate over here. Primary treatment of the sewage water is this is home. Okay, waste material is coming into the septic tank, and after septic tank it is going into a big pond. Number one, screening, skimming, grinding of the sewage material at a small septic tank. This organic material which is coming from this home is completely decomposed by means of microorganism. Okay, then it is carried to the bigger tank where solid materials settle out. Solid materials such as wood, plastics, iron, glasses, all stones, all solid and suspended and settling down materials are removed by physical screening, by filtration, or primary sedimentation tank. So what is going on? The water from surface, it is going to this tank which contains all soluble material, and the non-soluble material is transferred towards this tank, primary sedimentation tank. Okay, it goes into another tank which is called remaining sludge is digested anaerobically, producing methane. Okay, whatsoever material was decomposable due to microorganism will be decomposed here, and other will travel towards this pipe to anaerobic digestion. Okay, the supernatant one which contains soluble organic material, it will travel to these two units, to one or any of them. These two or any one of them. This is called secondary treatment or biological oxidation. This step is called secondary treatment or biological treatment or biological oxidation. Primary effluent undergoes aeration, microorganisms oxidize organic material. So what happens? The remaining water which have soluble organic material is coming to this tank or this tank. This is called trickling filter, and the trickling filter we will talk about it in detail, and this is called activated sludge system. Okay, here active microbes are present which are responsible to decompose the coming organic material over here, and they will convert into their basic elemental form. So from here again we will filter supernatant which is free from organic material now will go to this side, and undecomposable material will travel towards uh, anaerobic digester, anaerobic salad digester. So only pure water will travel to this side. From here also, what we are doing, the water which is coming from here, we are giving here through spray. Okay, this is pipe from where it is sprayed onto this bed, and it is going to be oxidized, as well as microbial communities which are present on the surface of this sand bed will decompose all available organic material, and the pure water will come through this point. And if you want to make it more pure, we can add some chlorine. It is third treatment or disinfection and release. Effluent is disinfected by chlorination and released to the environment. Here we are adding some chlorine in this water to kill the microorganism, and we can send it to the environment. So now this water which has been treated on three steps. Number one, physical treatment, which is called primary treatment. Number two, biological treatment, where we have oxidized or decomposed all available organic material by help of microorganisms. And in third step, we have to kill all the microorganisms by addition of the chlorine which is called a tertiary treatment. And we can release it into the environment, as well as we can reuse this water for any purpose. But what happened with that? The material which was not soluble, it will move to anaerobic digester. And from digester tank, and from this also undigested material, undecomposed material will have to move towards this anaerobic digester. Here, anaerobic microorganism will decompose all available organic material and resistant organic material, and gradually we have to move into another place. Sludge effluent, we have to dry it. Sludge effluent is dried onto bed. Water will evaporate. All nutrients which were present in this material, in organic material, in sewage material, will be dry over here. This sludge is moved and disposed of in landfill or agriculture land as fertilizer. This is the most efficient and active fertilizer for the plants. So here we can see this is the treatment of the sewage water. Again, I have to repeat this sewage water treatment. In sewage water treatment, just we have to see it is consist on 3 steps. Number one, physical process. In physical process, just we are removing solid and suspended materials from wastewater. Okay. Second is biological treatment, in which we are decomposing all available organic material by help of the microorganism. Okay. And in third step, which is chemical treatment, just we are adding some chemicals to kill the microorganisms from water, and that water now we are able to send it to the environment for use. And recalcitrant are little bit difficult decomposing organic material. We are collecting in anaerobic digester tank, where anaerobic microorganism decomposing this available organic material in very high temperature, in anaerobic environment at high temperature, and this decomposed material now is used as sludge. It is dried and it is transported to the lands as a fertilizer, and can be used as a fertilizer to the earth for agriculture. Okay. This is activated sludge. How we are using the activated sludge? Activated sludge means, in simple meaning, just we have to try to understand that organic material which is going to be decomposed by microorganisms that have active microbial load, active microbial communities, they have potential to decompose the any type of organic material, that is called activated sludge. Activated sludge. Okay, here in this diagram, just we want to say primary effluent of sewage, it is going to this tank. Okay, and some sludge where microbial communities are fully trained and fully active to decompose the organic material, we are taking some portion from here to this digestion and aeration tank. Why? Because fresh organic material is coming over there, and that have less microbial communities and untrained microbial communities to decompose the organic material, and we are adding some old sludge, old organic material which have fully trained microbial communities to decompose the organic material. So what happens? Fully activated and trained microbial communities, they have complete potential and capability to decompose the coming organic material from primary effluent. From here, from this settling tank, water is transferred, clear water is transferred to another tank, and all materials which were suspended are not decomposed are going to settle down and carried to the sludge digester, where these organic materials will be decomposed by anaerobically. So in physical parameters, if you want to see, it is like this. You have to collect some organic material because this water contains fully active microbial communities which have ability to decompose the organic material. We have to carry some material from here to add into fresh tank, to decompose the active uh, fresh coming organic material. Okay, this is the trickling filter system. This is very important and mostly installed in municipal cities to treat the wastewater. It is in practice globally. So we can see over here. Please see. This is pipe. Sewage water is entered through it, and it is transported to upper side where a pipe is present having pores, having pores, and it have ability to rotate. It will rotate like this. It will rotate like this, and it will spread incoming sewage on the surface of this area. And this area is made up of, at bottom it have pipes to collect the fresh water, and it is supported, and further sand has been added over here up to 3 feet, and on surface of the sand we have to spray the sewage water. This is sand bed, and the bottom is covered with pipes and gravels, and that further has been filled on upper side with sand, and we are spraying this sewage water on sand. So what happens? It comes in contact of oxygen, so oxidation takes place, as well as aerobic microbial communities are developing over here. So what they do, when this organic material is coming on this sand, it is utilized and decomposed by microbial communities. Okay, that is decomposed by uh, organic material decomposed by microbial communities. So what happens? Only pure water will go down because sand will work as a filter. Number one, it will support is for the presence of the microbial communities. Microbial communities will adhere there, they will proliferate, they will grow, and they will increase their mass, and they are active aerobically, and coming organic material will be decomposed on surface of the sand by microorganisms. So pure water will only travel downward. Pure water will only travel downward because sand will stop all types of material, all types of microbes, all types of fungi, all types of protozoa, and sometimes including viruses. They also, and bacteriophages will kill the viruses also. So what will happen? All materials will be fixed on surface of the sand and will be decomposed by means of the microbial communities which has been developed and adhered on surface of the sand, and pure water will go over here, will come out effluent enter the settling tank to remove sludge before discharge. If any sludge material is there, we have to transport into another tank where some sludge material will settle down and pure water will go from upper side. And if you want to add chlorine over there uh, for removal of the microbial communities is also supported by this. So this is sludge produced by sewage treatment plant. So what happens? This is anaerobic digester, where all that material which is not decomposable easily is transported to this tank. Okay, what happens? A stabilized sludge will settle down. Actively digested sludge will form a layer which contains microorganisms, and sludge inlet. Fresh sludge will come from here. Active microbial communities will decompose it on this supernatant portion, and in this portion, and upper line will be the cecum. Gas, anaerobic gas or methane gas will produce during decomposition of microbial communities that can be collected from here, and the cecum which will form can be removed from here, and the supernatant can be, which is fresh water, can be which is clear water almost free from contaminants, can be removed from here, and the sludge can be collected from here. It can be dried, uh, it it can be dried and disposed of into landfill sites, as well as it is used as a fertilizer, because it contains all essential nutrients such as nitrogen, carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, sodium, calcium. Every type of element is present in this sludge. Therefore, it is considered a good fertilizer. So what happens in anaerobic sludge? This is a routine anaerobic sludge, which have indicator of the flame burned by methane, which is produced, CH4, which is produced from anaerobic sludge, and other water is collected. So carbon dioxide plus hydrogen, it will form CH4 and H2O. CH4 is flammable gas which can be used for the domestic purpose, and such organic compounds are also converting into CH4 plus carbon dioxide. So this is the function of anaerobic sludge digester. So up to here, we are almost going to stop the elemental cycling in water, in sewage water, in fresh water, and in soil, as well as in aquatic environment. You have to read this lecture and you have to listen it carefully. You have to see this lecture in uh, a good microbiology book, such as I have suggested you. Prescott Industrial Microbiology or Environmental Microbiology books are also available. You can use any book, or you can discuss with your colleagues, as well as you can discuss with your instructor. Thank you very much.